I'm sharing my salary journey with you over the years because I think people think you just make all this money right away when you start a company or you get equity at a business and instantly the equity is worth a lot. The reality is that almost no equity is ever worth anything. We just imagine it is. And most of the money, it takes time. I started at Intel, ding, 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 ding. I made $55,000. I was pretty happy with it. I got health insurance, money. They had, I didn't really have to do anything at work. That was great. And I got to do all my side hustle stuff. From there, I got an offer from Facebook. So that they were really clever. They said, do you want more stock and less money or more money, less stock? And I said, give me all the stock I can possibly take. So I ended up getting $60,000 in 2006. I got let go. You guys know the story, blah, blah, blah. Then Mint, I didn't get the job. You can check out the article on okdork.com about how I didn't get my job. But then I showed them a marketing plan and they hired me. And I said, here's how you're going to hire me. Don't pay me anything. I'll show you a marketing plan. And if you like it, you can hire me to execute this plan. So I worked for a week for free, showed them a marketing plan. And then I said, hey, give me $90,000 a year, prorated, obviously, so whatever that is monthly. And for 3 months, I'll execute this. After 3 months, if you like it, I want $100,000. They said, sure. And so after a month, they were like, all right, you're great. Here's your salary, $100,000. I think it was 25. And I know that's the new norm. Everyone's making six figures or something like that. It still blows my mind to me. Like, you can live insanely comfortably. If you're complaining and you're making over $100,000, you're a bitch. For real. Like, if you can't live happy around that, then something is wrong with your life, because that's more than enough to live a great life. I remember thinking the moment there that they're overpaying me. With Mint, I just remember that feeling of, wow, these guys believe in me. And the salary is saying, we think you should be here. And it pushed me to actually go further. So it's something in hiring that I've thought about. And I had a good experience with Mint, but I really wanted to run my own company. And so I started in mornings, at lunch, at night, on weekends. So I was building Facebook apps. And then after it started taking off, I quit Mint and did the side hustle of these Facebook apps as a full-time thing. This is 2009 now. I made $42,000 after I quit Mint. And that was 2 years of $40,000. I didn't live expensive. I think that's one of the key things to be taking away for yourself, is that you should always live like super low budget while your salary is in flux. This is my preference, is that while your salary is in flux, you should never pressure yourself to go and be like, I have to make a bunch of money to cover this shit, because then it reduces your risk and you can go crazier. That's why a lot of Silicon Valley companies, what they do is they pay out the founders early on. So a lot of these founders at companies, they give them money early on. They'll buy out their equity so that they're not like, oh, well, if it fails, then I don't get anything, because they want them to go as big as possible. And if they take some money off the table, it's less risk for them and they can go crazier on that business. I'm making $42,000 a year. And finally, the side hustle really started taking off, and I ended up paying myself about $300,000 on the third year of running the games and all that kind of shit business. But you have to realize, like, divide that by 3 years, it's really not as much as I was just if I stayed at Mint. And that, the company sold and all that stuff, and my equity would have been worth a lot. So I ended up leaving that, and then I started AppSumo. And AppSumo, again, my preference when I start businesses is I'm not very risky. I want to know that it's working. And AppSumo started working. I was like, all right, let's just keep messing around with it. And after about 6 months, I was like, all right, I can already see myself getting $3,000 a month, which to me is kind of like my number, around $3K, to provide the lifestyle that I want for myself. And my salary over the years, first year I think was around $40,000, $42,000 again. Second year was $70,000. Third year was around $100,000. And then it started growing, right? You get into the six figures and stuff like that and beyond. What's crazy about all this, and I actually ran the math, and you can check out this graph. If I would have stayed at Intel up until 2 years ago, I would have made more money cumulatively from my salary. This is excluding equity, which I've never gotten anything of. Equity is still worth zero unless it's liquid. But cumulatively, just from salary, it would have been better just to say a corporate job. And so it's not to discourage you. It's just to help. Sometimes I think if you know what the path looks like and the journey might be hard, pick a journey that you're excited to be doing for 10 years and realize it's going to take a long time to finally get to that point. But a lot of us only see, when the dish comes out of the kitchen. Most importantly, number one, find something that you would work on for free. And that's a little contradiction. Like, I can't pay my landlord with likes and free. But the point is that may not make a lot of money right away. But if you find something that you're really enjoying, you're going to be able to stick with it a long time. And eventually, hopefully, it pays off. Good luck with your journey.